Greetings. Greetings, everyone. Used to be named Uncle Odd. Then I became Uncle Vigilante. Then I became Uncle V. And now, yeah, you can call me Uncle Flav. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I finally got my coin from my daughter, Alex, my 2 of 100, which you can see on the back. If you want to go get one yourself, you can go to t.me, by Alex, BYALIX. But I just got back from the first ever Miami Epic Cash Conference. And on the phone with me right now, I have Max, our wonderful founder of Epic Cash, Max. We have Yoga Dude, who is going to be chatting with us here in a bit. And we have, of course, L McMurphy. And we're going to start the day off with, well, let's just see how Epic Cash has been doing this last week, because you understand we do a weekly comparison that looks a little bit something like this. So, Enrique, I'm just going to hand,
sure.
And please do just refer to me as Uncle Flav from now on. I'm kidding. All right. These are the top 15 cryptocurrencies. You take it away, Enrique. You just tell me what you want me to open up next.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So what we have here is a table that shows the performance of Epic Cash versus the top 15 coins by market cap ranking from September 3rd to today. September 3rd, I chose that date to do this thought experiment in which I said, I'm pretty confident that Epic Cash will outperform all of the top 15 coins by a lot until the end of the year. So here you have the data on how each coin has performed. And if we start with Epic Cash, which is leading the way, you look at the second column, you'll find the price per coin in US dollars on September 3rd of 2021. So in Epic's case, it was valued at 32 cents. That was the price that it was trading on back then. And what I did was I said, okay, if I put $1,000 into Epic and $1,000 into every other coin, which one would do better? So here on the third column, you have the amount of coins that you would have been able to buy with $1,000 on September 3rd. So in Epic's case, it would be 3,125 coins. And you can see how much you would have been able to buy for the rest of the coins. In Luna, 30, Matic, 699, Solana, 7, and so on and so on. So moving on to the fourth column, we have the total portfolio value on that date, which is obviously $1,000. And then we move to the next column, to the fifth one, and we have today's price. What I do every Friday is I take a snapshot at, that says 11, but it's, that's right. That's 11 a.m. Eastern. So I take it on the same time every Friday. And if we look at today's price, Epic Cash was trading at $5.75. So we multiply that by the amount of coins that we bought on September 3rd, and our total portfolio value would be $17,968.75 today. That would put us with unrealized profits of $16,968, equal to a portfolio increase, a percentage increase, of 1,696.88%. And after that, we have just a little more data on Epic. On September 3rd, the market cap was $3.9 million. And today it stood at $76.29 million, which is over an 1,800% increase. So, if you look at the second best performing coin, it's Luna. And that coin has increased 98.6%, so it's doing pretty well. But obviously, it doesn't compare to Epic's performance. And you can see the rest of the coins, most of the major ones are in the red. BTC, for example, it was trading at $49,420 on September 3rd, and today it was trading at $47,996. So you can see that a lot of them are losing money, actually. And we can observe that if we look at the last row of the chart, you have the top 15 average. What this means is that instead of putting, the $1,000 into one coin, you evenly distributed them amongst all of them. So you would diversify $1,000 into the top 15 coins. So if you would have done that, the results would have been the following. Your $1,000 investment would be worth $897. That would put you at a loss of $102 or 10.28%. So it's been quite a significant difference. Yeah.
And what I like about this is totally clinical. We're going to stop the screen share and just give you a different visual of this.
Sure.
Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Yeah. So that's comparing. If you look at the y-axis, it has the portfolio value in US dollars, and if you look at the x-axis, it has the date. The blue line represents the Epic Cash portfolio, the $1,000 invested in Epic Cash, and the green one represents the $1,000 diversified into the top 15 coins. So, it's pretty much a flat line for the top 15. And yeah, Epic, you can see how the trend is going.
Can I ask a favor for next week?
Absolutely.
Can we change the blue to green, because that we're kind of
representing makes sense.
In the green. Let's put
the other one should be in red, though.
I think in the red. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's negative right now.
It's negative, so it'll either be red or if it's even, it'll be yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So now, thank you for doing that. We have so much information to unpack that we're gonna.
We also just have one more comparison. I also sent you two tables of the TCV. We can go over them in a couple of minutes, real quick.
No, let's go over them now. I was just gonna say the reason why we're gonna boogie past that is I want to make sure I'm pulling up the right one. It's this one. Yeah. Let's.
All right.
Talk about this.
Okay, so basically this is the same comparison than the one that I just did, except that we take the TCV portfolio and do the same comparison to about 3 months ago on September 3rd. So
yeah, this is the crypto Vigilante portfolio that you pay $800 a year for. Just in case people don't know that what TCV is. And these are the group of people that have absolutely trashed us at every opportunity. Matter of fact, they refer to us as epic trash. And let's just go ahead and do a pair comparison here on Enrique L. McMurphy.
All right. So we already went over Epic, but $1,000 would be worth $18,000 today. And then we have, the difference you'll see is that on this one, it's $576, the trading price for Epic. And on the last one, I think it was $575. So that's why it's just a few dollars difference.
Okay.
But yeah, I made a little mistake there. But essentially $1,000 would be worth $18,000 today. And with the TCV portfolio, $1,000 invested 3 months ago would be worth $770. So you would be down almost 23%. And if we look at it in BTC terms, the TCV portfolio in BTC would be down 19%, whereas Epic has outperformed BTC by 1,772%.
So I think we're establishing that Epic trash is certainly a real shit coin.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, if we look at the next chart, if Epic trash would have been allocated into their portfolio, if they would have taken a little off Monero and BTC and put it into Epic Cash, just 10%, instead of being down, their portfolio would be up 151% had they allocated 10% into Epic.
Yeah. So, guys, the numbers speak for themselves. So the next time Raphael goes for a walk on the beach, please point them back to this first 15 minutes of this video. And yes, Raphael, we do want to debate with you. And as a matter of fact, Max tweeted this morning that we're putting up $5,000 worth of Epic that we can donate to the charity of your choice just for getting on here and having an engaged debate. Our smart people versus your smart people. And let's just duke this out. Who knows? Iron sharpens iron. Maybe we can come out the other side of it, put some egos behind, and I'll say mine too. Okay. But maybe we can have a conversation, an adult conversation about the merits of Epic Cash. And let's have some real discussions about the merits of Mimblewimble. And let's have an adult conversation about the performance of Epic Cash. And maybe on the other side of that, you might even take a deep dive further into Epic Cash. And instead of just auto dissing it, maybe you can help your subscriber base, regain some of their lost profits. So with that, I am going to thank you. Or did we go through that? Oh, no,
Yep,
we are.
that was it.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you for I'm going to say thank you for your service, because you always come through. All right, Yoga Dude, you're on the line, and I know you wanted to talk a little bit about how we're faring as far as being the Mimblewimble coins and price discovery milestones, etc. So the floor is yours, sir.
I don't see Yoga. I see two Maxes.
What happened to Yoga? What
I
happened?
don't know.
Okay. Max, are you available? Max, unmute. Okay.
That would help. Ah.
Well, let's give Yoga a second to come up back in, because I have a couple things that I can talk about that I was going to wait till the end of the show, but I do want to provide a public service announcement. If you are in our chats, t.me/Epic Cash and any of the others, it was discovered this morning. All right, Yoga's coming in. It was discovered this morning that someone is impersonating Max. If we are never going to reach out to you and say, hey, do you have a minute? Can we chat or any of that? And I got one of those at 1:23 a.m. from you, Max. And it was just kind of odd, because it looked exactly like your normal profile. But then all of our previous conversations were deleted. And I'm like, I'm wondering why would he delete all our previous conversations? So that's red flag number one. And this PSA is about quarter red flags. So I'm sorry, that's quarter red flag number one. And then you never open it like that. So that was quarter red flag number two. And the time at 1:23, quarter flag number three. So I was like, I'm not going to respond to this. Let me just go back to sleep. And then in the morning, Enrique, thank you. The same thing happened to you. And you let everyone know that Max was being impersonated using his same, his address in
Same everything.
4, except he added an extra 4. So it was, instead of a 4, it was a 4-4. So just everybody, let's just have each other's backs and know what? Scammers are going to scam, creepers are going to creep. And so we got each other's backs. Okay, Yoga, I'm sorry I lost you for a second, but I can see something on screen. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. And I know you wanted to talk about some price discovery and milestones, and the floor is yours.
Hello. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So, the thing I want to talk about is just the journey of price discovery. I mean, it's the magical journey that we're all on. Enrique put it in a language that everybody can understand, as far as the pricing goes. We're looking at these wonderful graphs, and we're looking at this wonderful comparison sequence of how do we stack up against the big boys. And we stack up pretty darn well, and what's in the news and what are we constantly hearing on YouTube and all the commercials and everywhere, you get all these people, pushing their coins and, guys talking about how BTC is going to overtake gold and market capitalization and how Ethereum is going to take Bitcoin and so on and so on. And of course, the question is why, right? Why would that happen? But why hasn't it happened already? Bitcoin, was kicking butt and was looking really strong, and all of a sudden it's kind of back to its, pre-September numbers. Ethereum is kind of petering around. But the thing that I'm not here to talk about them. I'm here to talk about us. What I'm seeing is Epic is just moving ahead. We're just kind of jumping through the numbers. Okay, we're just, we're overtaken some of the, actually we're overtaking all of our neighbors in the green space. In the Mimblewimble space, include a little Freudian slip there. And there are just other milestones on this journey. There's Monero, and then of course there's BTC. And we offer more utility. We offer unconfiscatable private property, which is really the sexiest thing. We're offering internet money. We're offering Satoshi's vision without any asterisks. Where our offer is genuine. This is why I'm perfectly willing to debate anyone or whatever, because we're not really marketing, we're simply educating, but the thing that I want to talk about, and this is my favorite topic, is the power of the community. That people still underestimate how powerful they really are. And let me just put it in perspective. Okay, we are where we are today, on this amazing gradual, steady, growing climb, and our coin has no dog. Our coin has no Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing this through bullshit memes. We're not doing this, we do memes for entertainment, but we're doing this through a genuine, obvious, measurable, quantifiable merit. Okay, and considering that our community is in thousands of people versus Bitcoin's, 140 million holders, our value proposition through this process of discovery is pretty darn obvious, where we're going to be. And the more people find out about us, because our scarcity is fixed, just like Bitcoin's. So, but going back to the community and the power of the community, I just want everybody to realize that, look, at an individual level, you guys are more powerful than Elon Musk. Okay, you guys are, because Elon's been talking about Doge nonstop and is stuck in the doldrums with his millions of followers and his whole armies of, sycophants and everything else, and everything he says gets retweeted and, et cetera. But he can't get the token that was created as a joke to, to moon, if you will, or whatever. And our community, simply by talking about Epic, without the dog, without the quips from the the trillionaire, we're moving up. So everybody is making Epic move. Everybody is making this journey of discovery. Everybody's spreading the word. Everybody's evangelizing, and it's a simple, honest proposition. It's not, our whole thing is not based on coin being named after Elon's puppy or Elon's girlfriend or or baby version of something else, or there are no bullshit gimmicks. It's just a straight up understandable, measurable meritocracy. Okay, everything we've done, we earned it, and everything our holders have gotten, they earned it.
Hey,
and
Yoga,
that's super powerful. Yeah.
Yoga, how many free Epic coins were you given at the beginning of getting involved with this launch? Probably a lot, or did you actually have to go out and find yours?
No, man. I first thing I did was I plugged in my miner and I downloaded the software and I read the tutorials and I watched a wonderful video on YouTube, and that was it. First Epic I got was a block that I mined myself, and that's
amen. And then I presume you went out and maybe bought some, like the rest of it. Because when I came on, Max, I don't know, maybe you did with others, but when I came on, nobody gave me any Epic coins. And I'm just bringing this up because Daryl Freeman has a really nice comment regarding TCV, which is they don't want into Epic because they couldn't load up on coins and then pump it and dump them.
No, nobody got any free. I didn't get anybody, you didn't, Yoga. That was a very important element of our fair launch. So, everybody had the exact same equal basis to get what they hold.
Hey, Max, I know you wanted to talk about scarcity and Yoga was talking about scarcity, but can you just comment on this visual that I have pulled up? Because we just had the halving, and I think that this is a good visual to be able to kind of reflect on scarcity.
Mm-hmm. Enrique, if you can pull up our version of that from somewhere, the white paper or AC1 or somewhere, have it loaded, then we can put ours into perspective. But I'll start with this. So when BTC first started, back when it was Bitcoin and it was awesome, there were 50 new BTC created every 10-minute block. And so there were 10.5 million BTC that were created over the first 4 years. And then in the next era, the next 4 years, that was 25 BTC every 10 minutes, which is 5.25 million. And then so on, you can read from there. And so if you look at that, it's amazing how if you line up the log scale price chart, the log scale is important because otherwise it just looks like a hockey stick. It lines right up with the emission. I mean, it looks almost just like that. Maybe for a future show, we can pull that. Now, here's where the problem is, because the BTC has been rug pulled, quite simply. The system cannot do what it did during those years in terms of providing people a unique benefit that they couldn't get from others. And so good for the people that got in early and got their 1000x or 10,000x or whatever part of that journey they got. But every mutual fund prospectus in the history of time says past performance is no indication of future results. And, just simple math and logic, set aside the testosterone and steroids and cocaine, and we have a better solution.
Max is getting a call right now, but he's going to get a new phone next week.
Did it crap out again? What was the last thing you guys heard? I was rambling along.
It was 6 seconds ago. So I just said that Max is getting a call right now and he'll fix that next week.
Well, what was the last thing you heard? Maybe my impolite comment that I shouldn't repeat got censored.
I didn't hear an impolite comment, but Enrique, if you send anything to me, can you send it in the Telegram?
All right, I'll send it to the 06, right?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead, Max.
Yeah. So, what was the last thing you heard? I'm not sure where it cut out because
I don't know because I was focused on trying to find the visual. So.
Okay, no problem. So anyway, I'll just pretend that that everything was heard and move on. So the idea here is that over time, the reduction in new supply hitting the market from miners, their job is to mine and sell, not hold incidentally. That's another minor doctrinal point that we differ on with the Maxi community or BTC Maxis. Can you go ahead and share it again? It got pulled down.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And this is how ours lines up with theirs. The way it's laid out, we call this the ephemeris, which is like the star chart of where different things in our ecosystem will be in orbit at different times in their life cycle. So the first 19 years of BTC are compressed into the first 9 years of Epic. So in June 2028, there will be 20.3 million BTC, and there will be 20.3 million Epic, and they stay in sync then up until the final 21 million. And so we have a little bit of an accelerated emission in the beginning, but we're long past that, and the next one is coming right up. It's 18 months until the next one. And so as we build momentum, we think that the path should continue, hopefully, because it's based on the same fundamentals. I mean, we're into era 3, and there's over 1 million blocks. I'm going to take everybody through a presentation on what's under the hood. It's easy to get all excited about the observed effect of price in the market, but why is that there, and is it sustainable? Okay, let's go take a look, and let's see what is this network capable of doing uniquely, and is anyone using it? And can we make any reasonable inferences about what that might be worth in the future? So we're grounding it in logic and facts and reason, and not just speculation and feelings and memes.
Okay, so you can go ahead and screen share if you'd like to do that, Max.
All right. So let me just close this out. Okay.
And thank you for pulling this presentation together on short notice.
All right, let's see here. Slideshow. Oh, I gave away the whoops. Okay. First time presentation. I'll do it better next time. Spoiled the show. But anyway, so this is how many unique holders there are on Veet right now. There's over 3,000 historical at least, but they've pulled to the local wallet. So once they go into Epic, it's completely blind. Nobody knows anything. I mean, when transactions go through, you can see based on the kernels that activity has occurred, but it's completely blind. So we use this as an indicator on our growth. Not long ago, I think when we were around $1, maybe I think we were at 700, and now every time I refresh, we're picking up a few holders, and I refresh this like many people refresh the price, because for me, nice. This is what gets that there. Yeah. So this is available on veetscan.io. All right. So this is a shout out to Team Sullivan at Epic Mine, or Sullivan at Team Epic Mine, I should say. They did an amazing new Explorer. If you want to reward them with some development funding through Epic Fund Me, as I did, I would encourage you to do that, and also maybe to give their pool a try. They've been investing a huge amount of resources for a very long time to have a quality infrastructure. And there's 4 pools out in the market, and the halving just kicked in, and they're a young, hungry team that we'd like to support. So show them some love. Their Explorer is great. Their pool is great. There's a lot of great options, but let's see if we can get their market share up a few points. So thanks to them, we have this data that as of 1.2 million blocks, there's been 103,000 transactions. Those are the different hash rates of the different algorithms. The blockchain is very predictable at this point. It's even with the 3 algorithms and huge changes in hash rate from block to block. It's at 59.5 seconds. So I'm sure everybody remembers back when China pulled the plug on BTC mining, their difficulty adjusts, I think, 2 weeks. And with the blocks being really slow, there's this cascade of consequences throughout the whole ecosystem, and we just power through like a champ. We believe that there was a DDoS attack against our pools because the solo miners were unaffected, but the pool hash rate dropped dramatically, and that was something that happened commonly in the very early days of BTC, where it was cutthroat and the pools would take each other out. So we don't know, but we're inferring, and that's a good sign of success and of healing, because our pools are now hardening their infrastructure as a result, and we can find some edge cases in the software and stuff. So everything is going great, knock on wood, on the technical level. We're as impatient as everyone else to push progress, but the absolute priority is to maintain safety, stability, and security into the network, and having good analytics such as this is essential for that. So we're making more investments in that to support our growth. So I find this very interesting. This is the comparison between BTC right now, I just pulled this, and our network. So the BTC capacity is 4.6 thereabouts. It gets a little bit slower over time, apparently.
Where are you seeing this? If you use your cursor and you can just kind of like.
Oh, Okay, I don't think
Show
you
us.
can see. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah. So you can
Okay.
just kind of point to things.
Okay, so so this is the sats per byte. One sat is 100 millionth of a BTC. Our equivalent is a freeman. One freeman is 100 million parts, 1/100 millionth part of an epic. So it's exactly identical in that sense. And so the way fees work in BTC is that you can specify a fee in sats per, I don't know what VB exactly means, but basically however big your transaction is, SegWit and Lightning and pay to public key hash and all that stuff. There's some minor differences under the hood, but basically if you want a transaction to go through, you have to pay. And so right now there's 1,109, let's go here, okay, there, 1,109 transactions that are paying that 9 sats level. And at today's fee or today's congestion, they can expect to be settled in 20 minutes, which is 2 10-minute blocks. On average, the block's time can be highly variable when there's interruptions in BTC, and it takes a few weeks to adjust. But right now it's stable, and so that means since most people are using 2 confirmations as their standard, that there's that many transactions that can expect full immutable final settlement in inside the scope of 2 blocks. I'm just going to move the Zoom thing. Is that clear so far?
It is.
All right, great. So here's where the problem starts. If you pay 8 sats per byte, oh my God, now you need to wait an hour. If you try to cheap out and pay 4, you're going to be waiting 6 hours. If you pay 1, that's 1 day, but you may never, it may never go. And then when you replace by fee and send it again, because you got to push that thing through, there's no way to cancel, you might be paying $1,000 at that point, if you can even like get it to go. I mean, I don't know how piggybacking replaced by fee works, but the point is that this is the current market. BTC users have paid $1 billion in fees to miners based on deliberate capacity constriction at the L1 level to drive activity to Liquid and Lightning. And so we're bringing on capacity on stream pretty strongly. Right now, Epic can handle not 4.6 transactions a second with a 10-minute block, but 17 transactions a second with a 1-minute block. And that's deliberately running the Formula One engine at a slow, easy pace, because we're just warming up. I mean, as Richard says, we're not even out of the garage yet, so we don't want to blow up the engine. And as Yoga said, we recently pulled into the top position for the universe of coins that use Mimblewimble, which is great. But when we launched, there were 29 projects that recognized the potential of Mimblewimble as we did, and it has served us strategically to be underestimated. So thank you, Raphael, and Team TCV, for your trashing us all these years, because we know that Epic is not nearly as private and fungible as Monero.
And Max, you got to give a big shout out to American HODL, to JC and the Mother's Basement Layers guy, and all those other folks that everybody pitched in as much as they could, right? I mean, this is a team effort here.
Yeah, look.
There he is.
I mean,
what's
guys,
that thing on his chin that's always there in the memes?
I don't know, but we got layers, guys. That's the important thing.
Check it out.
Yeah, we should check it out. So
sorry,
I don't want to be here all
the
day.
digression. Yeah, sorry for the digression.
No, it's
but
okay.
You got to give credit where credit's due, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We always go long, and I tend to go over, so I'll try to be quick. So basically, Epic will be able to handle at least 1,000 transactions a second with full final immutable settlement, no matter how cheap you put the fee, for easily under a penny. Most transactions will be free. There's a lot of finessing that we can do on the pricing. So the capacity is there to do all of Visa plus all of PayPal plus all of every other one of those on our blockchain. And BTC is only a single asset system. Epic in future versions will be a multi-asset system. So you can have fungible and non-fungible tokens that operate on the exact same Mimblewimble structure. So there's no minor extractable value and no front running and none of the other problems that the other chains will continue to have indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is the daily block production and some pretty stats. We can see the impact of the halving. we can see that the target, oh, there's a typo here. The target is 48.4, but it's actually 47.49. Now that's just a daily, so it averages out over time. That's been very predictable and well executed. So good job to Todd and Eric and the other guys down there that were working on that part. So the blockchain, after 2+ years with 103,000 transactions, is only 2.14 gigs. This shows the difficulty, how many coins are out there, and
how many in comparison, what would be the blockchain size for Bitcoin, and what would be the blockchain size for Monero? Can you go back one?
Yeah.
Just go back.
Yeah.
I want to stand.
Yeah.
So, see, 0.14.
Yeah. So 2 years in, BTC would have been what, 60 gigs? I think.
Okay.
I think it grows 30 a year, something like that. Ethereum is over 8.5 terabytes right now.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's capacity issues on these older systems that we are not going to face, and that's going to push the price up there, of course. And we've got the cheaper capacity. So imagine after the .com boom, we've just got tons of dark fiber between the data centers of the world waiting to handle their traffic. Is kind of how I look at what we're doing here.
Okay, what about Monero? What would their blockchain size be?
I don't know.
I think
Monero 100 gigs right now.
Yeah,
Monero's like 96.
Yep, 90.
Yeah.
Between 95 and 100.
So 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30.
So about
No. 30 is pruned, but the full blockchain, if you want to do full blockchain when you're downloading, it's about 96 gigs.
I mean, what would it have been 2 years in? So it's about,
Right.
They've been up for 7 years and it's 100 gigs. So that would be about 30 if it's linear.
Yeah, where I'm going with this is I just want people who are, uninitiated like me to know that 2.14 right there and not growing very much, that allows you to be able to ultimately mine on your mobile phone, because you can actually hold the blockchain on your mobile phone. Nobody else is going to be able to do that. You're not going to be, unless they turn an ASICs miner into a mobile phone. I mean, that could happen, but it's going to be a really heavy mobile phone. But that's the magic of the blockchain size right there. It's fast.
And it's also that you don't have to trust anybody. So let's take ETH 2.0 as an example. You have to connect to a remote node, and you have to trust them that they're not doing any funny business. Now remember, Ethereum is a transparent ledger, and running a node only returns 7% a year, and you can get 12% staking other assets, with low risk. So why are you committing capital to a 7% thing? Well, there's lots of, let's say, enhancement opportunities that are there, if you will. So, you're showing your poker hand to other people in the market every time you trade, and you have to trust them. With Epic, you're running the whole system on your phone. You're running the code. You're validating the blockchain yourself. You're running a node if you want to. I mean, it's what everybody's been talking about for 10 years. We were promised flying cars, and we have 140 characters. Well, now financially, flying cars are here.
I love it. Okay, let's go on to the.
All right. So this is the hash rate. Prevailing dogma in the BTC camp is that price follows hash rate. No, it's the other way around. So hash rate follows price, but not perfectly. And GPU miners are more loyal. So if you see up here, in blue is the ProgPow algorithm. Those are GPU miners. And this is RandomX. Those are the CPU miners. RandomX is the same algorithm that Monero uses exclusively, and ProgPow is the one that Ethereum was going to go to if they had remained on the proof of work path, which they didn't. And so the GPU miners are going to be looking for an alternative when Ethereum goes proof of stake, and we're going to be there. So just to throw this out there, if anybody has an opinion, the governance chat is the place to discuss stuff like this. But I think this is clear as day that we want to increase our commitment to the GPU miners who love us through ProgPow and redirect quite a bit of the RandomX over to the random ARM mobile algorithm. So if you have an opinion on that, let's talk in the governance chat, which, by the way, is open to absolutely everyone.
What does it mean? What does it mean to us for a miner to be more loyal? What does that mean in normal terms?
Okay, yeah, so that's a great point. So you see here, we had the big run up in price. All right, so for a future episode, Enrique, you're good with this type of stuff. Maybe we could overlay price and hash rate. So we had the big run up in price. So more miners come. And then we had a pullback in price. I don't remember the particular levels because I try not to watch too much. But as the price came down, you can see RandomX fell off a cliff. So we got up to 4 billion in RandomX hash rate. And then we got down to what? 1.5 billion. So 60% of our hash rate left when it was clear that they could make more money elsewhere. And again, miners' job is to mine and sell, not be loyal hodlers. But these guys are loyal hodlers. They're in the community. They're doing stuff. Yeah, these are our new faces that are growing us and taking us to the next level.
And guys, let me just, as a miner, since I do have some credibility I have to maintain here as a major miner and all that good stuff. But the realization, if you notice, the hash keeps picking up. Okay, and this is the next thing that happens. Even though the total share of RandomX, changed, it went down. The price of Epic has gone up. So again, the share gone down, but the amount of money that is generated by mining Epic has gone up. So a lot of these guys who pulled out, they're getting back in. And to me, one of the other things that's kind of cool about this is, look, even if you're like, let's say you're a hardcore Monero guy, well, you can actually get more Monero by mining Epic and selling it. I mean, this is kind of a quirky thing to consider, but but I'm just saying.
And I know we're trying not to pre-announce, but we do need help with this. So if anybody knows how to work the atomic swap between BTC and Monero, please reach out, because we've done enough research to know that we can adapt that. So if you want to see XMR to Epic peer-to-peer atomic swap, then reach out to me and let me connect you with the people that can help make that happen. And we can have that be one of the pairs that we focus on through EDEX. Monero just got delisted from Kraken UK over regulatory issues. And a lot of platforms have been not allowing withdrawals because they face liquidity issues. There's a lot of manipulation and shorting and stuff like that. And so we've been really digging deep to find ways to be relevant to fellow privacy community projects that we like, that are under attack, and be supportive to them. So in that list, no particular order, but just some shout outs. Pirate Chain and Firo and Monero are really our top ones that we want to enable people to swap between the chains without having to trust anybody.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
We're a very friendly project. We're not hostile to people.
No, and please, everyone, don't get me wrong. If I come across as hostile with TCV, it's just because they started it. and
well, uncle, and you don't need to prove your, everybody knows your credibility and everything else. I mean, you're looking up, you're not talking about ideology. You're talking about looking out for the users, for their subscribers, of which you're one, and of which a lot of our community are. I mean, that's totally different. We're not talking about coin ideology. We're talking about, here screwing or not screwing people, so this is at a much baser level.
Yes, that's why I will never go at the Monero community. I will never go with the R community, because I was part of those before I pivoted everything to Epic Cash. But I really think they're great projects. I just think ours is better. So I made my decision. But the people who, on purpose, with intent, were keeping their subscribers suppressed from any rightful knowledge about Epic Cash, that's where I drew the line. And it's like, okay, Enrique, can we start comparing the numbers?
Disservice. Yep, that's a disservice to the community. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you called it, and huge respect for that.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll just hustle straight through this. So this is our blockchain. This is part of why Mimble is so powerful, because outputs equals inputs plus Coinbase. That's all. Whether it's NFT, fungible token, Epic itself, it all resolves down to this. And of course, everything is encrypted. So on other blockchains, you can see address.
Max, sorry to interrupt, but some of us may be confused. Are you meaning, is Coinbase something other than Coinbase, the exchange?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's where they got their name from. So Coinbase is a
start
special
there.
type of transaction that all blockchains, or at least all proof of work ones that I know about, use. Those are the coins that are generated through the mining process. So in this case, this transaction this block had one transaction with two outputs plus the Coinbase coin generation. And so we can cryptographically verify that only 4 new coins were added to the blockchain in this block. So all the transactions net out to each other through a process known as coin join, and then they're cut through. That's why, in other words, data compression, and that's why the blockchain is so light. And so every block, there's a new drip feed of coins that are created. That's literally in under the hood what the word Coinbase means.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for bringing that to my attention. All right, so this is why he cannot buy all the coins off you right now, is because there's less than 4 days of mining production available under $6.63. You can see right down there. So yeah, and then this is the depth chart on VTEX. This is really a harbinger of what is likely to come if we continue to earn people's respect as we hope to, which is that, okay, let's say you said I got to have 54,000 coins. That's less than 10 days of supply, by the way. Well, you got to pay $8.16 to get there. And then what do you think happens when people see that you're starting to buy? Oh my God. Okay. now we're talking about $10. And then the impact on psychology, you can see here, it goes from FUD to FOMO overnight. There's a lot of combustible possibilities there with this. So I'm going to stop sharing.
Those look like Bentleys.
No comment. But let's just say if you know how to play poker and people are buying dog coins at $30 billion, and you know how to identify true value, your dime or your penny goes to a nickel, goes to a dime, goes to a quarter, and pretty soon your magic internet money. Shout out to the man in Florida who is working with me in Free U. We're working back from his ideal yacht purchase and how many coins it takes to do that. So everything gets cheaper in Epic.
Isn't that the truth? I want to show, thank you, Max, for that. I want to show you something that I'm really, really pleased about. This right here. So we have a group now. What you'll find with Epic Cash is it's made up of the Epic Cash main community, t.me/Epic Cash. That's kind of our lobby, if you will. That's where you come in, you're invited, ask any question you want. We'll direct you to the right places. If you need the help desk, we'll direct you there. If you're interested in miners, we'll direct you there. But I've had the pleasure over the last few weeks of working with some veterans. These are people who are still serving. And if you are a veteran or if you are serving and I'm not just talking about US, anywhere, if you've been in service, then please visit t.me/Epic Vets. It's growing. It's starting to be so cool in here. And this is thank you, Monkman. You rock with your visuals. But I just wanted everyone to know about that because I'm just engaging and I'm watching and I'm seeing people come in that are from different services, and it's just cool to witness. And I love that about Epic Cash. And if there is a particular group that you're interested in, chances are we might be able to direct you there. But if not, guess what? You can create it. This is a community-based project, and that's what we do. And then we have another group, which is t.me former TCV holders. And this is the this is the thumbnail there. I'm kidding. I just had to slip that in for little Raphael. Okay, so we've covered that. I did my public service announcement. Max, you want to talk about, we have a little bit of marketing that's going to start to happen, right? In the next.
So shout out to Mr. P, Mike Puccinelli. He's working on an initiative known as Epic in Your Language. So we've got a ton of great content that we need to get out there, and we've identified Twitter as kind of the central locus of that, the fountainhead, if you will. And then we're setting up some propagation automation out into our different groups and channels and trying to enlist people in spreading the word. So Epic in Your Language will ultimately target, we've got about 50 on the roadmap right now. There's 30 from before, and now we're really making an effort on indigenous languages. Turns out there's a few dozen languages, or not a few dozen, but maybe a dozen that will end up on the list in Zambia alone. And so if we want to reach the people that don't have bank accounts, we have to speak to them in their language and get to them where they are. And in Zambia, that means tablet, and it means Chiwa and some other languages that I can't pronounce. So we're going to be popping up there. And so Mike is working with some other people on getting that going. That's called Epic in Your Language. And then also we're going to cooperate with Bitmart for some visibility around the listings. We're not able to disclose who they are or what's it about or any of that, but just know that we're doing it. And then also our DAO treasury is continuing to grow nicely, and we should put it to work. So whatever we should do, we've got, conservatively at least 50,000 coins that could be out there for stuff that's going to help move the needle. So again, help in the governance chat. We're working on getting gov.epic.tech plugged into WANchain, and in the meantime, let's just talk in there. But yeah, we've got the resources, and we think that we can rev the engine without blowing it up.
Phone call.
That one was a phone call. If nobody knew my number, they couldn't call me.
Right. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And
privacy. Yeah.
And here's something really important. I know the other day you kind of dropped one on us to where we were talking about the 1225 ECR snapshot, which is how many coins you hold of Epic Cash. You're going to get a snapshot of ECR, and you said, and ECK. And I think we got out over our skis because there's a little bit that has to happen for ECK as far as where the coins are. And so I'd like to just tee that up because we don't want to cause anyone any confusion on 1225. We don't want to interrupt your wonderful holiday meal with your family to move coins anywhere. So we're kicking the can down the road on ECK by a month or so, just so that we can get that ECR properly settled. I don't know if there's anything additional to that you want to share, Max, but was looking forward to the twin snapshot. It will still be there. It's just going to be delayed so that we can just get ECR right.
Yeah, there's a lot of threads to pull together into a hopefully nice finished tapestry, and it is easy to oversimplify. These things don't happen by themselves. So we need to get ECR out there and make sure that there's markets for it and people know how to use them, and that there's liquidity in the DeFi swap pools, which there isn't now, and other infrastructure on the centralized side with Bitmart and other venues that may come along. So there's a lot of careful planning. We've always been consistent in our promise to do things right, and that takes how long it takes. So you can take issue with our individual choices, but at least you can't say that we are inconsistent. And we're very straightforward in explaining, why we do what we do. And also, if anybody would like to get involved with any of this stuff, the more the merrier. If you've got specific expertise in any area, especially technical, of course, come plug in and let's find a way to help move things along faster. So let's channel that vibrational energy into things that are positive and help move us forward.
Well, I just want to let you know that I did what you don't do very often, but I checked Epic Cash, and right now it's $6.05. It's nice seeing it over $6. And I'm going to keep saying this because one day I'm going to have a montage created of this to where I say this all the time. I was saying it under 25 cents, saying that people are going to one day brag about acquiring Epic Cash under 25 cents. Well, we're at $6 right now. So I just want to let you know, people are going to be bragging one day about acquiring Epic Cash under $10. That's where I'm at right now. I think my prediction was we're going to be at $10 by the end of the year. And I think I'm going to be embarrassed. I think it's going to happen sooner. We have gone through all-time high after all-time high after all-time high this last week. It's just been beautiful. And it's because of you. Frankly, it's because of you, because this network effect is starting to happen. People are, it is so crazy. I can't tell you how many people this week that personally I've been involved with getting them on board and taking them through the process and helping others do the same thing. And it's just fun because everyone, once they start getting into it, it's just like a kind of a new shiny toy that they get to play with. They get to open up CoinMarketCap, and then they come into the groups. And the thing I hear all the time is the feedback is how positive our community is. And that just, seriously, right now, just goosebumps.
Goosebumps to it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And speaking of goosebumps, mark your calendar for Epicentral Miami number 0122, January 17th to 19th of next year. And then Epicentral Miami 0422 from April 6th to 9th. So we're putting together some physical events and everyone is welcome. Norsimo, aka Fausto, is coming down. He's going to have a demo mining farm. He's got a lot of really cool gear. So let's figure out who wants to come and make a thing of it. We're going to be putting on some deep technical presentations along with the Monero camp on advanced cryptography and privacy stuff. And there will be some social options and we can showcase the local adoption. I'm going to a great restaurant that's integrating Epic. I've eaten there a dozen times, and finally the owner's like, "All right, I've seen you wear that shirt all this time. Let me buy some, and then let me accept this in my business." So I'm heading over there now, and we can just see like how are people using this as money in their daily lives. So come if you can, January and April.
Awesome.
And if you're looking for me at both of those, I'll be there. I'll be the one wearing this. So I don't know, maybe if you have one of the coins that Alex hasn't made and shipped yet, if you want him to put them on a chain, maybe she can do that for you. Maybe there's going to be more than just me walking around looking like Flav.
Mine is an earring.
Yours. No, I think yours is nose ring, and we wholly expect that. Can you imagine this big hanging from your nose?
Well, the lighting was terrible. You guys saw the Puccinelli video, but I did one where we did an unwrap reveal thing, and we were having a bit of fun. I hung it up on my ear, and I was turning it into an earring, and we were all silly. And so Monkman was gonna. It turned out Monkman was gonna do the Andrew Jackson thing on there, but I think we can have fun with this. The shirts are awesome. If you haven't got one, I think there's 28 left. They're going fast. It took us like 4 months to get these produced because of all the supply chain issues. And so shout out to Shelly D and the people working on that side. I think it's epicswagstore.com or something. Maybe we can pass the links around. They're indestructible. They're this advanced material. It's really, really special. And that, of course, gives us the opportunity to show our team spirit out in the real world. And I think that meme that I saw, "Can you feel it yet?" really encapsulates this special moment in time.
Yeah. And anyone in the chat, if you're in there, can you send me a link to the store? That is one thing that I don't have in my collection of links when I post my show notes, and I'll make sure that I include that from here on out. So that's great. Mr. Yoga, do you have anything
Yes.
for us on the way out? Anything to share other than that beautiful view that you now have over in Miami?
Yeah, I promise I'll have my camera up here for the next one. No, you know what? Honestly, everything is moving along just fine. One thing I just want to kind of caution people, because we're going up, we're all-time high every week, almost every day. Folks, again, don't get too hung up on the price. The price, the market does what market does. Some miners may dump, some folks might take profits, and then we get more and more people getting into it. So the graphics look good, the optics look good, the technology is solid, the team is amazing, the community is beyond amazing. The community is just super, super, super incredible. But don't look at it as tiny little pieces, data points. Okay, look at it as part of the whole big journey of discovery. Look where you are today, look where we're going with this. Okay, because some people, when you hit refresh all the time and you freak out, and you're averaging in, and then there's a correction or something like that. Okay, and people freak out and people start questioning their decisions, or worse yet, they start questioning the project or whatever. The project is not about the price. The project is about the discovery. The project is about growing use cases, spreading the word, and reaching mass adoption. That's the project. Okay, when we get there, as we're getting there, the price will sort itself out. But at its core, the value proposition is very simple and very basic and very easy to understand. The work that everybody's putting in, I'm still saying that you guys are more powerful than Elon Musk. Okay, he can get Doge to move, and you guys are rocking Epic to new heights. Take a pause and applaud yourself, okay, because this is exciting, this is amazing. We are changing history, we are creating this whole new paradigm, and I just want people to kind of pause and pat themselves on the back, and reflect on this, that where this is going is really amazing.
And we are still so early. We're still so early.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say, we're in the 5-yard line. It's like we got a lot of field to go, before. And at some point, maybe in 2028 or whatever, we'll become a boring commodity, but we'll have all these other parts of our infrastructure. This is the other thing that makes us exciting, is that this is not just a coin. This is an ecosystem. There are air grabs. There are derivative things. There are all these layers of value, all these fountains, geysers of value being created along the way that will not force you to sell your coin to get the fruit of your labor. That's the sexy, that's the amazing thing. It's not just a coin. It is a whole big, wonderful living thing of which everybody's a part of. It's exciting.
It is exciting. Max, you have any words on the way out?
It's great to be here with everybody. As the Freeman family grows, it's just a marvel to behold. And we're really so early. I think the latest statistic was that 140 million people own BTC out of a total crypto owning population of 300 million. And we are maybe closer to 14,000, certainly not 140,000. And so the leader is 10,000x more widely dispersed than we are, but all of their infrastructure applies to us. And so Bitcoin is an economic scarcity standard, not a particular blockchain. That song, that economic value can, and I believe will, be transferred to our blockchain. And so just to wrap it up, I haven't talked about price for years, but since we did last time, I'll just reiterate, I think BTC may tip 100,000, but we have the distance to not top out because they're running into friction and we aren't. So we're getting a later start in the race, but when they need to, stop in the pit lane, we're going to be zipping along. So in this race, we believe that the tortoise wins, and we've got a really hard shill against various attacks, censorship and regulation and supply chain and ESG and all that.
Amen. Well, I want to give people a little bit of peek into the future. On Monday night, please, everyone, I hope you have watched the last video I posted 100 times. It's only 6 minutes. I hope you share it 1,000 times. It's only 6 minutes. Spencer and the voice talent Richard did such an amazing job to be able to take our whole ecosystem and bring it down to a level that all of us can understand it. And I was joking that what I've been trying to comprehend, taking 6 months, and I don't know how many days, if you put them all together, a video that I have to try to figure this out. These two dudes come along and do it in 6 minutes. Thanks a lot, guys. And so I'm going to be interviewing them on Monday evening at 7 o'clock. And if you see any of the beautiful visuals, graphics, design, that's Spencer. He's this quiet talent behind the scenes, but man, he knocks out some just amazing professional visuals as well as those videos. And Richard is the voice talent that now will be the voice talent forevermore, because everybody loves that British accent, and I can't wait for that. And then this may happen tomorrow night, and it's going to be based upon a little 8-year-old girl, whether she's feeling better or not. But I had a mom reach out to me. She just got into Epic, not with a large amount, but her 8-year-old daughter watched that video and it got her interested. Again, goosebumps. And she wants to put her allowance into Epic Cash. And I'm like, I have to tell this story. Will you too come on my show? So I think the favorite interview ever that I'm ever going to have is with a mom and her 8-year-old daughter talking to some Epic Cash. That is our future. That 8-year-old girl is our future. So keep tuned. Come to t.me/Epic Cash. Also my lounge, t.me/Uncle Vigilante Lounge. I will always let you know before I live stream that I'm going to live stream, but you just never know the timing of it. So join me for those shows. I hope you're looking forward to those as much as I am, because gosh, it's great to be in Epic, isn't it, everyone? All right, everyone in the chat, thank you so much. Always appreciate you. This has been great. We have over 30 watching live now, and that's really, really cool. That's about 2 times as many as we usually do. I know most people are able to catch these after the fact, but thank you, because this community doesn't exist without each and every one of you. So really, really, really appreciate you. And I hope you guys all have a great weekend. So with that, everyone, I'm out. Cheers.
Peace out.